everybody. Today we're going to be talking about limits, namely what they are and how we can intuitively approach them without actually evaluating them yet. This is the notation for how we're going to talk about limits, and what they mean in words is the limit as x approaches a of f of x equals L. Essentially, this is meant to indicate that what y value an equation is approaching as it approaches a specified x value. So how do we find limits? Well, for now we're going to estimate them. Our first example is the limit as x approaches 2 of x squared plus 4x minus 12 all over x squared minus 2x. In order to estimate this limit, we're going to choose x values that are closer and closer to x equals 2 and plug them into the equation to get a sense of what value the equation seems to be heading toward. You can see that those calculations have already been done in this table, and from this table we can see as x approaches 2 from the positive side, f of x is approaching 4, and as it approaches it from the negative side, f of x is also approaching 4. So it's seen that this limit is equal to 4. That is a reasonable estimation of our limit. However, we can't guarantee it without other methods, which won't be discussed in this particular video. Note that when we look at the graph of this function, this graph here, this function doesn't actually exist at x equals 2, and yet the limit still is 4 because on either side of of x equals 2, the equation is steadily approaching that y value of 4. So even though it doesn't exist there, the limit is still 4. And if we sort of apply this principle to a slightly altered example, we'll see that that is still the case even when the limit does exist, because limit of x, as x approaches 2 of g of x, where g of x equals that whole f of x equation if x does not equal 2, and 6 if x does equal 2, means that g of x exists at x equals 2. At x equals 2, g of x equals 6. However, the limit is still 4 because that's the number that the equation is actually approaching from either side. So you see this whole graph would give us the exact same table. It's just that if we put in 2 for x, we would get 6. So what we're learning here is that the limit does not depend on what the function actually is necessarily, only what the function is approaching. And that's all. That's an introduction to what limits are and how we can estimate them. Later in this unit, we'll start talking about how we can evaluate limits and some of the strange cases that can pop up, but for now, have a good day.